Supporting Dow's business, trade plays a huge role. We care about all the trade agreements that the United States has, and we don't believe we have enough of them. And 1 in 5 jobs at Dow DuPont is supported by a trade agenda. The job creation and support of trade and the quality of job, and actually not just the direct jobs. In the chemical industry, there's roughly 25,000 direct jobs, indirect jobs of 150,000, and an ecosystem of roughly 25,000 suppliers supporting the American chemical industry. Those are all high-quality jobs, from the small supplier jobs to the jobs that we directly employ. This is not a labor arbitrage discussion. This is a quality of employment discussion, and America needs trade and these sorts of jobs to grow with trade. You can't just do this on a domestic market alone. The ecosystem of the industry I'm in, but not just the industry I'm in, most manufacturing sector ecosystems, really you should think about them as community-based employment. These sorts of jobs are vital to America because manufacturing has a job multiplier, the chemical industry being a case in point, of 1 to 8. For every job we create, the entire ecosystem, the entire community around us supports another 7 jobs. I have 42 years at the Dow Chemical Company. I'm an Australian by birth and actually have worked around the world for Dow. And what Dow's philosophy is and what the American philosophy is as far as trade's concerned is we always export the highest standard, whether it be labor standards, environmental standards, or standards in general. America has set the pace for sure in the post-World War II world as we created these great supply chains around the world and we went overseas and put factories and employed people around the world. We didn't employ the standards of those countries. We employed the standards of the United States of America. America sets the pace. We are entrepreneurial, we are inventive, and we can scale. And as we do that, when we put trade agreements together, government to government, the business community is for the highest standard. We want to do well and to do good together. We want the US ecosystem, the economy, to be the highest quality in the world. This isn't just about volume of goods exported. It's the quality of goods and the quality of the employment that we have in this country that creates quality of employment in that country. That means we want to export the higher regulatory standard, the higher standards in labor, capital, and of course the environment. That is why America needs to set the pace in trade. What's happened with NAFTA in the last 20 years or so since its inception is both Mexico and Canada are outpacing the United States in setting up free trade agreements with others. In fact, collectively they have 40, we in this country have 20. We can't let that continue because it's eroding our ability to trade with our neighbors on equal footing. We should want Mexico and Canada to be at our standard in terms of a free trade system, actually called a fair trade system. We in the chemical industry actually are net exporters from the United States to Mexico and Canada. What we hope is going to happen is that we upgrade NAFTA to modern standards because of course standards have changed. That is what we should be doing with NAFTA. My advice to the policy negotiators on NAFTA is don't confuse tactic with strategy. I'm all for tactical leverage. We are the largest economy in the world. People want to import to the United States. That is phenomenal leverage. If we imply that we're going to shut that off unless we get access to their markets, that's tactic. Strategy is that we should actually see the end goal in mind, which is the pie gets bigger if we're inclusive rather than exclusive.